Okay, so YouTube's saying I am live, so I should be live. Don't do this very often. Don't come on YouTube and do the live thing. I usually do it through the old FB. So this is going to be novel to see who connects, if anyone. Presumably, YouTube is out there in YouTube land grabbing people, and obviously we want to wait for some folk to come. I can see some people are in here. If you've got any questions for me, anything you want to talk about, we don't do these on YouTube very often. So you guys that will not use Facebook no matter what and very rarely see me live, hopefully we'll get a few of you guys to ask some stuff and be in here. So let's see. So I just asked for stuff to talk about in the Secret Wealth Project Facebook group. So I'm going to get those up now. And if you've got any questions you want to ask me or stuff you want to say to me in YouTube land, then by all means, say something to me in YouTube land. But right, okay. So Lorna Bother said, some useful snippets, good for everyone to know. No politics, football, or chit-chat, lol. Okay, so useful snippets. So I'll give you a few useful snippets of some updated stuff. Obviously, if you don't know, there is the live case study and affiliate marketing training on the 19th, which is next Tuesday at 7 p.m. UK time. Why is it cool? Why is it important? I'll tell you why, right? And let's see if we've got anyone on here, because you're in for a treat. We've not got many people on here. Hey, Mark, how you doing? You all right? Holly's been trying to ask you what food you want. I don't know if she's got through to you, but she's asking what food you want at the thingy. So if you can let her know, otherwise she's going to get you some stuff you don't want. It's on us, so like I'm paying for it. So choose. Yeah. So some interesting tidbits. Obviously, there's the free training, the affiliate marketing training on the 19th. That's cool. We've got. And you should just definitely register for that. We've got the live online arbitrage UK summit coming up on the 6th of April. That's cool. What else we got? We got some other stuff going on. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't know what else you want me to say, Lorna. So Amit says he wants to talk about Brexit. Just kidding. We're not going to go there. Tom says allocating time to tasks, maybe. Perhaps how you plan your days, weeks in advance. I'll tell you how I plan my days and weeks in advance, Tom. What I do is if I've got something specific in the future, what I'll do is I will use Siri on my iPhone and I'll say, set a reminder for the 6th of April. And then it says, tell me what you would like to be reminded about. And then I say, online arbitrage UK summit today. And then what I'll do is I'll do one before as well. So if the event is on the 6th, or if what I'm doing is on the 6th, then I'll squeeze Siri on my phone and I'll say, Siri, set a reminder for the 5th of April, so the day before. And then I say, and then it says, tell me what you want to be reminded about. I repeat the same thing that I reminded about for the actual day. And I say, got it tomorrow. So you got the online arbitrage UK summit tomorrow. And then, so what I do, and then I forget about it. And then what it does is it reminds me the day before, it reminds me on the day. Sometimes I'll remind a few more or a few less times, depending on what it is. But that's how I kind of manage the future. And the other way is Holly kind of writes it in a diary, but that's a bit flaky because it's reliant on her getting a diary and using it and letting me know and all that stuff. So I prefer it on my phone. With regards to what I do on how I plan my days, typically a lot of the time I don't plan them. I just kind of know what I'm doing and I just get on with it and get started and I just do it. Some days that works really well for me. Other days I struggle, but that's basically what I do. But the other thing I do is I've got a free Chrome extension called Momentum, and you can enter the main thing you want to do that day in big writing on the thing, and then every time you open a new browser tab, it comes up with what you want to do. And then it's got a to-do list in the corner as well. So anything that's super important goes in the big things. You can only put one thing in that. And then it sits there reminding you all day. And then it gets rid of itself tomorrow. And then in the to-do list, that'll stay multi-days. So I'll add things in the to-do list sometimes. So if there's any planning going on, that's pretty much how I do it. I use Siri on the iPhone, and I use Momentum, and I use a little bit of Holly in a diary. Rob says, robots carrying carpets. I'm sure I heard that somewhere. Simon says, are we living in a simulation? Now, this is a good one, Simon, because I tell you what, I've got to be honest, I don't know. I don't know. I have struggled with this. For a while, I got a little bit obsessed by it, and I couldn't think about anything else other than the fact that we might be living in a simulation. And I honestly can't say we're not. I mean, who knows? Whenever I'm having a conversation with people about the universe, I'm always like, when they ask me a question, like, I always preface it by saying, if this is what we think it is, and I always say that, you'll very rarely hear me talk about stuff like that without saying, if this is what we think it is. So like, I had some godly people at the door trying to convince me about God and stuff, and I got into a really good conversation with them. I really enjoyed it. And I said a couple of times, like, if this is what we think it is, like, because everybody's so certain that this is what you can see is what you've got. And I mean, there's a good chance it's not that, you know, but then why does everyone think it's a simulation? Just because Nick Bostrom decided to come up with that theory and create a paper on it. And then now all of a sudden everybody thinks we're in a simulation. It's like, well, it could be something totally different to that as well. So I'm very much I don't get spoon-fed my information. I choose my information, and I choose my sources, and I make my own mind up on things. And I've got to be honest, I don't know. I don't know if we're living in a simulation, Simon. I'm not sure. I think there might be a good chance we are, but we could be living in a simulation of a simulation of a simulation. I watched some AI stuff last night. Like some deep minds beaten some of the best players in the world at StarCraft 2, I think it was, or something like that. And it's supposedly meant to be a pretty tough game to like play at that level, even more so than, is it Dota? Not Dota. What was the other one? Go. So I don't know. Lots of things are happening in the AI world. The AI world is moving fast. And we won't know much about it until it just goes ping and it's us. So we shall see about all that. I don't know if we're living in a simulation. Part of me wishes we were, because then I get to see my loved ones again potentially, or I don't know. I've got to be honest, I don't know. Not ruling it out, that's for sure. Now, Karen Hudson, thank you to Karen, said 20 pieces of advice you'd now like to give your younger self when you started your business journey. I actually laughed when she wrote that. She didn't put like, what's the best piece of advice you'd give your younger self? She's like 20 of them. Not 5 of them, not 10 of them, not 15 of them, 20 of them. I'm like, Jesus. So I'll give you a few. I'm not giving you 20. Things I would tell my younger self. Honestly, I don't know. It's difficult. It's difficult to even come up with 2 or 3. I mean, it really is. There's probably stuff I tell my now self that I should listen to more, but I continue to make the same mistakes now, and I could fix them now. And it's like, it's not my younger self that needs telling, it's me that needs telling right now. But yeah, conversation for another time maybe. Right, and then the last one that I can see on there, Rob says, why is Beck's hair pink? It's mostly washed out, Rob. She's having it done again soon. So I don't know if she's going to go blonde again, or if she's going to go pink or what. But yeah. Right, let's have a look at the comments, see what you guys are saying. If you've got any questions, anything you want to talk about, please do, because I don't do this YouTube live thing very often. It's this nice little treat, or I'd like to think it was. So if you've got anything you want to ask me about business or not business or whatever, just go for it. Put it in the comments. Let's see where we go. Right, Paul says, question, has anyone noticed Keeper is now paid and you can't get the info for free anymore? Yes, Paul. Obviously, you're not part of the Secret Wealth Project Facebook group. If you were, you would see there's been massive conversations about it. Keeper was free and an amazing tool for so long, and Keeper's so good that they deserve to charge for it, because it's like, if you're doing OA, having that level of detail and information and stuff, it's like such a essential thing. Like, I know there's been some people moaning about it, and I think it's more the way it was communicated that's the bad bit, because it went from free to paid just like that, and nobody knew anything about it until it went paid, which is just poor communication. But at the same time, it's quite smart, because if they'd have gave people notice, then people would have found the free options. So there are some free options out there. I don't know if Helium 10 is a free option. But the charts, sales charts, BSR and sales rank and stuff are in BuyBot Pro now as well. So if you've got BuyBot Pro, it's not free, but it does so much stuff that it's just essential with it or without it. So I would grab BuyBot Pro. It's got charts in there. Hey, Chris, Arbitrage Superstars is here. If you are not a subscriber to Arbitrage Superstars YouTube channel, then get yourself over there. Oh, Chris is a good guy, and you should definitely support his channel. Lee says, hey, Matt, I'm thinking about being an affiliate on ClickBank. Can you do this from the UK? Yes, Lee. I'll tell you what, it's funny that you should say that. I was digging. I've been making some slides for some free training and a case study that I'm doing on the 19th of March, which is next Tuesday at 7 p.m. UK time. And I was digging through some old emails from ClickBank, actually. And I'm obviously from the UK, and I have sold on ClickBank for a long time from the UK. And I was digging through these emails because, as part of the presentation, I want to be able to kind of prove that you can trust what I'm saying, because I've been doing this stuff forever. So I was looking for kind of supporting evidence, because it's all right me saying I've made this in affiliate marketing and I've made that in this. It's all right me saying that. And for the people that know me, they'll know that I'm just talking the truth. But I've managed to find some old emails from ClickBank from 2015, from my account, what do you call it? Account person over at ClickBank from 2015. And I asked her in the email, and I put this all in the training on Tuesday, so you'll actually see this stuff. And I put all this in the training. But I asked her at the time for how much I'd made in total, how many sales I made in total on ClickBank platform since I started, because you couldn't get that information anywhere. And I got a bunch of different ClickBank accounts, and she sent it me back in 2015. I put the screenshots in there. I mean, I don't want to give a spoiler away, but there's a screenshot in there, and I've provided enough supporting evidence, if you like, to prove that I'm not talking poop with screenshots and stuff. But there might always be someone that doubts it, but for them, whatever. But on there it says my overall ClickBank sales as of, I think it was October 2015, were $9,800,000 and something thousand. Yep, that's not a verbal typo, and the screenshots are in there. But yeah, $9.8 million, and that was 2015, and obviously it's now 2019. So things have pinged on since. So yeah, your answer, long story short, the answer to that is yes, you can sell on ClickBank from the UK. I've sold over $10 million on ClickBank from the UK. So, but that will be, if you want to join me on that, there is a link somewhere. You might have to, I don't know where you'll get it from. It's probably somewhere on the channel, but there's a link to it. There's a free training, affiliate marketing training on the, am I saying it right? 19th, which is Tuesday. And it's all in there. Simon says simulation theory for the win. Thanks, Matt. Better question, Simon. Do you believe in simulation theory? That's what I want to know. Matt says, how are you finding Lincoln to Sheffield? Thinking of moving north as I can get a lot more for my cash. Lincoln to Sheffield? Do you mean the drive from Lincoln to Sheffield, Matt? It's not the nicest drive, I've got to say. I don't mind it, but it's not that. If you mean Lincoln to Sheffield Drive, I don't mind it. But I tell you what, living Lincoln Way on's really good for London. Like, there's a place near me called Newark, and you can jump on a train, and you can be in London in 1 hour and 20 minutes or something like that, which is amazing for the distance. It's amazing, and it's pretty cheap too. It's all right. Although the last time I went on it, it smelled funny. It kind of smelled of like, yeah, nasty stuff. But no, I like Lincoln. It's like, it's a city, but feels more like a town, but without the worst bits of a town, if you know what I mean. So it's not like a big city. So it doesn't have the level of amenities that you might be used to in, say, London or Manchester or even Nottingham. But it's got a nice kind of homely vibe about it in a way that most cities don't have. So I like Lincoln. It's all right. I don't regret moving here for sure. Is it getting dark in here or what's going on? Let me turn the lights on. Let me just turn the lights on, peeps. 1 second. Because I feel like it's going dark. Unless it's just my it's just my screen, isn't it? It's just my screen. Put a light on. There we go. Put your light on. So yeah, Lincoln's nice. Lincoln's all right. And I love Sheffield. So yeah, if you're down south and you wanting to get more for your money, I would definitely recommend up here for sure. Paul says he tried Helium 10, but many listings showing no data. I don't know about that, Paul. I've not used it, so I'm not sure. I just saw somebody mention it. Paul also says, how much is Buybot Pro? Buybot Pro is, not sure. If you're in the UK, Buybot Pro is something like £25 a month, I think, which is less than £1 a day. It's worth every penny. It'll save you money, save your time, make you money, and all that stuff. You are on it, theory. Theory, blah, blah. Practical is far better. Theory, fake. Theory, too. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. Lee says, wow, that's amazing, mate. Cheers, buddy. Matt says, no, you used to live in Sheffield, right? Lincoln is better. No. I used to live closer to Nottingham. Not in Nottingham. It was in Mansfield, but I used to live there. But we always used to be in Sheffield because we like Sheffield a lot. It was an easier drive up the M1 from where I used to live to Sheffield than it is here. But no, Lincoln's great. Sheffield's great. Mansfield, less so. But I think that's just me. I think it's just like, you know, you're stuck in one place most of your life. Like, you just want to get out. So Sam says, what's up, Matt? Have you encountered any issues with having a VA from a different country being in charge of purchasing? I've had credit card issues. Not sure how to deal with it. I can't remember. I feel like we did have VAs sourcing for a while, but I can't remember. I can't remember if we did. No, I think the buys were done. I think we did the buys. So, yeah, I got to say, I've had that problem though, Sam, when I tried to do OA in the US. Before I started doing OA in the UK, I did OA in the US, and the retailers in the US don't want you transactions to go through. They just cancel them left, right, and centre. It's really difficult buying in the US from the UK, which is why I kind of knocked it on the head and thought, oh, we're going to say something naughty then. Why I thought, forget this, I will just do the UK thing. So yeah. So I would let them do everything apart from the buy if you're struggling. Or, I mean, maybe somebody else has got some experience with it, but I would let them do everything but the buying, because ultimately it's probably best to have control of your own card and stuff anyway. But potentially you could use a VPN or like something up to obfuscate their IP, make them look like they're in the UK or US or wherever. That might work. So there's VPNs. What's the other thing you can do? maybe get some kind of virtual online credit cards and stuff. I'm not sure. It's the IPs, and it's mostly the IPs, I think, that you're struggling with. JJ Ghost, proxies. Yeah, that's the one. See you, darling. Love you. Is that the last one? No. She's had the last apple. Where is she? Is that the right way? So JJ Ghost says, hey mate, you got a lot of income strategies. What do you suggest for someone with a £200 to £300 budget but dedicated to making business work? Right, JJ, say bye to Holly. There she goes. Ooh, got blooming ring going, mantle. So £200 to £300 budget. Right, I would basically consider that zero budget. You don't want to be in a business model that is costing you any money, right? You want to be in a business model that is basically free to do. Now, when I say free to do, all businesses are going to require some kind of investment. And I say all, not all. I mean, you could potentially start a business with a free Facebook page or something like that. So you don't have to have any money to start an online business for sure. But you definitely didn't ought to be looking at any businesses that require any kind of investment. So with a £200 to £300 budget, you are looking at zero investment businesses. And what I mean by that is maybe you'll spend that towards £300, but it'll be on something like web hosting. So maybe you get a little WordPress site going or something like that, and you spend whatever it is a year on on WordPress hosting and maybe a domain name, you know, little bits like that, the little tool or two. Honestly, with £200 to £300, that is basically a zero budget. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think there's a lot to be said for starting with £200 to £300. If I was starting again, I wouldn't apply any money to it. I would probably start like a Facebook group, or I would start a website and a Facebook group and maybe a YouTube channel. I would probably choose a niche, move into the niche, build content around that niche, build an audience around that niche, build traffic flow around that niche. And then I would look to probably offer them affiliate products. So I would see what problems they had, and I would try and solve them with affiliate products. And then I would just build up a cash flow from the affiliate products. And then once you've got a bit more money, then you can reevaluate what you want to do. But honestly, you don't need money to start businesses online. You really don't. Not much anyway. Like, there's not many businesses whereby having 5,000 in the bank is going to leave you in a much better position than having zero. And that's the beauty of the internet and the truth of it. Like, you're in as good a position with zero in the bank as you are with 5,000 in the bank. Where it starts to get that money can make a difference is where you get into tens of thousands or maybe hundreds of thousands. Then it can, but I would still do the businesses that take zero, because why spend the money if you don't have to until you know what you're doing? Because people looking to just invest the money straight away in online businesses, they're going to lose it because they're just going to get swallowed up. It's not something you can just throw money at. You've got to invest in your own education, and things like that. You can't just throw money at online business and expect it to work. Some people come in and they're like, I've got 3 grand. I want to turn it into 30 grand a month within 12 months. How do I do it? You can't. You can't do it. It's not real. It's fantasy. It doesn't work like that. Now, if you told me I'm going to spend 12 months learning and I'm going to use my X grand and buy some training and buy some software tools and whatever, and that's a much better attitude. And then 12 to 24 months from now, you probably, maybe not 30 grand a month, but you'd probably be making decent money. But it's got to, it's the internet business. Internet business is not something you can just put money into. Like, it just doesn't work like that. You've got to put brains into it. You've got to put effort into it. So you're not at a disadvantage at all for having £200 to £300 budget to make a business work online. You're not disadvantaged at all. You're quite, that's a nice, comfortable budget, unless you start going into business models that need money. So if you try and do private label, you're going to get eaten alive. You try and do online arbitrage, you're going to struggle. You're going to get eaten alive. It's just not worth the grind at 200 quid, I don't think. You know, but info products, affiliate marketing. They're two that I'd look at: info products and affiliate marketing. Chris says, I run a hiking company. Fancy a wild camp or Kinder Scout or a hammock camp in the forest? What is that? I don't even know what. I don't know what any of that is. Kinder Scout, wild camp or hammock camp in the. I don't know what that is. It sounds good. I mean, it all sounds good, but I don't know what none of it is. Paul says, how do you plan your day in terms of time spent running your business and time spent in personal development and business development? I kind of answered that question earlier on, Paul. You probably wasn't on. It wasn't exactly like that. So I'll take another pop at it. But you're saying, how do I divide implementation and like personal / business development? So expanding my knowledge and skill set and stuff. Typically, I don't have like a set routine whereby I go, I'm going to do 2 hours of education and then 8 hours of it. I don't really do it that strict. I'm a lot more looser with it than that. So it's more, so like I've booked onto an event soon, and I'll be spending 3 days at this thing. And it's like, that's not like me. I don't usually do that. I need to do more of it. So I've decided I'm going to do more of it, and I've booked on, got my hotel booked. I'll be going on my own, which is rare for me. Like usually I go everywhere with Ollie. So I'll be going on my own, and I'm going to spend 3 days at a business thing. Obviously, I'll be kind of running my business on the side while I'm there, but at the same time not. So kind of like a block, I guess. I'm doing a block of learning and a block of implementation. But I spend probably 95% of my time on implementation, but I need to adjust it a little bit. I need to do more learning and stuff, because you can get stuck in a rut of just doing what you've always done. And I'm always testing and always trying stuff, but at the same time, you know, I don't feel like I know it all, but like when you've got enough skill set to make money, if you just do more of it, it's like hard to then go, oh, well, I'll just stop doing that stuff that makes me money and that I know I'm good at, and I'll go learn some other stuff. It's hard to do that, but I know I need to, and I continually try to. So that's why I have booked on a little, it's not a training course, it's more an event type thing, 3-day event, 2-day event, something like that. So yeah, blocks. To answer your question, Paul, I don't really plan it. I just do blocks, and blocks are usually multi-days. So let's say I work Monday to Thursday on implementation, then I'll spend a little bit of time at the weekend or whatever learning stuff, or in the, you know, just here and there. So it's not more a plan. It's more implement, and then the occasional little bit of learning on the side when I slip it in. Sebastian says, do you do your own writing or hire writers, or both? The vast majority of the writing I do now, I do for myself, but I've hired writers. I've had US writers, I've had UK writers, I've had Filipino writers. I don't know, off the top of my head, I can't remember if I've had writers from anywhere else, but I've had Western writers, and I've had like Filipino writers and stuff. Big teams. I had like eight-person team of Filipinos for ages. And they were mostly writers. So I've done a lot of both, but typically I do most of my writing, because I find no one writes like me, apart from the people that kind of emulate the style I write in. And then I think to myself, I should offer you a job and let you write for me, because then I won't have to write so much. But I don't mind. Hey, the Amazon Dream. How are you doing, Emma? No worries, JJ Ghost. Sonic84 says, try reselling secondhand goods to build a budget up, also designed for Redbubble. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, I make some money from Redbubble. We had Holly do a day or two designing maybe a month ago, something like that. I've got some more sales pinging in from those designs as well. I think they're on Redbubble as well. So yeah, we do the Redbubble thing. can see a dog in the background. A man and a dog. In fact, that's the dog I saved. See that dog there? I think, maybe, I don't know if it was a Labrador. I saved the dog. We saw a dog on the back garden and we're like, why is that dog on the back garden? We got the dog. And it turns out it was a skate dog. We took it into the house, rang its owner from the tag, and they were dead thankful. They brought us a tin of biscuits, which was nice. I thought that was them. They live like a couple of streets up. Nice dog. Keith says, my other niche channel just went through the YouTube review process and is now monetized. I made $4.71 last night while sleeping. That's awesome, Keith. Now, I know I know you lolled on the end of that, but how awesome is that? You went to sleep and you woke up and you made $4.71 while you were asleep. That's great. That's great from videos you'd already done. That's awesome because, like, let's say you do that every night. What's that? $150 a month? That's like, what's that? That is the payments on a cheap lease car. So you could have a brand new car for that, which is cool. Brand new car for that. Now, if you double that over the next 6 months, or maybe even more, then you could have like a nice lease car, like a BMW or something for that, which is really cool. And then when you start dropping affiliate products on there and info products and stuff, you can make a lot of money. So well done, Keith. That's awesome. Conrad's, that channel only has 4 videos on it. Well, that's pretty good. That's really good. You're doing something right. Conrad says, how do you make money with the program, bro? Which program? Emma says, very well, thank you. Here's a question. What keeps you motivated? As a one-man team, something I'm struggling with a tad. I think, Emma, you would benefit greatly from a business partner and or a mentor. I think you would benefit greatly from that because I think it's tough being on your own, and especially since you just came out of work recently and you've gone all in full time on your own. I think paying the bills might be motivational for you, maybe not. I think you've just got to. It's difficult because you are alone, and I don't know if you've got anyone to bounce off, but my guess is you don't have anyone to bounce off. I know we've spoke a few times, and you bounced off me. But you need somebody to bounce off, really. You need somebody more regular to bounce off. Like I say, business partner, mentor, something like that, to just have somebody to kind of keep you on the straight and narrow and lift you when you're feeling down. Because we all feel it. I feel it. I feel it. But Ollie's quite good for bouncing off. Karen's quite good for bouncing off. So if I feel a bit down or a bit low or whatever, usually I kind of just... whether it's my partner or my business partner, I kind of bounce off them a little bit. But yeah, it can be difficult. It can be difficult. You've got to remember your why. So you've got to remember why you started it. But I think getting to the bottom of it for you would require a more in-depth conversation to kind of understand where you're coming from. Yeah. Because you've had some real good recent success and you should be proud of yourself. You've done real good. Just got to keep that momentum. Decide what you want. Stay on mission. I mean, I don't know if you're aligned with your ultimate goal. I don't know if you feel incongruent with what you really want to do. And if you do, you'll start to feel that burnout. You got to stay on. You got to stay on. You got to stay on what you really want to do. Which is why I'm going to be moving my focus, shifting my focus from what people seem to know me as now into what I really am and what I want to do. So I'm going to be shifting that shortly. Nathan says, I just inherited 8K. What shall I do, or what would you do? 8K, Nathan, I would probably... it's not a whole lot. I've got to be honest. It's not a whole lot. It kind of applies. I mean, you got to choose the thing that's right for you. I know a lot of people say invest in your own education. You could do that, but you might just burn through all your cash. I think you should probably find what you're really interested in. There's that dog again in the background. Find what you're really interested in that I think that's the key. You've got to find what you're really interested in. So you got to find what you're interested in, and then do that and apply some of it to that. But honestly, 8K, I'd probably put it in the bank, probably sit on it, wait for the economy to go bang, and then see what bargains you can get until you know what you're doing with it. Like right now, people just pick your pockets, because you don't really know what you want to do or what you're going to do with it. People will just come along and pick your pockets. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if people aren't reaching out to you already to tell you to do this, that, or the other with it. And they're the people you need to not listen to. Because like, have I tried to get you $8,000 off yet? No, and I'm not gonna. But other people will try to. So I would just put it in an ISA or something. I wouldn't buy a load of shares right now either, but just put it somewhere safe and sit on it for a while till you figure out what you want to do. Larry says, put it on red, Nathan. That might not be a bad idea. No, don't do that. Paul says, I'd like a mentor and don't know where to start. Okay. I suppose you got to find somebody that, somebody that you would like to be your main mentor, and then reach out to them and say, look, I want you to be my mentor. What do I got to do? Because I think you got to kind of, unless people sell mentoring, you got to kind of, I don't know, a lot of people advise you to do something for them. So look at what you could do for them first to get on their radar. So see how you can deliver them value, and then kind of say, will you be my mentor kind of thing. That's what some people say to do. I don't know about that. I don't know if that would work. Probably would. But like, I don't know. It depends who you want to mentor you, doesn't it? And it depends what you want them to mentor you in. Like, I would happily mentor people that showed promise, that have already achieved a certain level of success. I would happily do something with those people, but I wouldn't be interested in somebody fresh that's made no money and just wants holding by the hand, because I think they're not after a mentor. They're after like a scapegoat. They're after somebody to outsource their success to, and then it's somebody else to blame if it goes wrong. So I think get a certain level of success and then approach somebody that you think would have been an appropriate mentor and say, look, I've done this alone. I know you can help me take it to the next level. I don't want it for free. What can I do to help you? What can I do? How much do you want? I don't know. Just reach out to somebody and try and get them to mentor you. Barry says, hello. What would you advise young entrepreneurs, 20-year-old uni student? I would advise you to get started, Barris. Just get started. I was about 20 when I got started properly online. And I started by affiliate marketing. So I would just get started, start learning, start doing stuff, start implementing stuff, and just get started and see where it takes you. My first sale led on to me making millions of dollars of sales, and ended up making me learn copywriting, learn marketing, learn SEO, learn launching products, learn how to sell on webinars. Like, they made me learn all kinds of things from that first sale. So I made one sale, affiliate marketing sale, and then I've gone on to make millions of dollars since online, and it all started with that one first sale. So I would just say, get started. You're the perfect age. You got everything ahead of you. Don't look for excuses. Look for solutions. Look for ways to make it work no matter what, and go for it. Shamanistique says, will you be re-releasing your group's course? I've no plans to right now at this moment in time. I'm not saying, never say never, but I've no plans to. I did release it twice, pretty like quick after each other. So yeah, it's closed for the foreseeable future. I don't imagine I will reopen it ever, but if I do, I've no plans to. Sonic84 says, have you seen Amazon are now doing Prime Wardrobe? You can try before you buy and return stuff you don't like. Don't sell clothes. What? So you buy the clothes and then just return them? Is that not how it is? Is that not how it is anyway? Could you not do that before? I thought you could do that. You can do that with every e-commerce site, can't you? Unless it's Prime Wardrobe, as in it's free returns, free delivery, and it's just try it on and then send it back. Emma says, thanks, Matt. I agree. Need to keep the momentum up and find a mentor or business partner. We'll start attending some local business networking events. Miss the banter at work the most. Good advice. Thanks. Yeah, and I can imagine it's gone from, you've gone from being very socially active, at least at work, to like, where is everyone gone? And that must be tough. I know I would struggle with it now if I didn't have Holly and Beck to work with every day. I wouldn't easily be able to do this anymore because I was spent way too long on my own, staring at walls in my pants, and it was horrible. So yeah, it's difficult. I think it's difficult, but you've got to remember your why. You've got to remember why you want to do it, and then I think that will lead you to just going for it, kind of thing. Right, we've got any more questions, peeps? Got some cool questions there. Thanks for the questions so far. See if anyone's posted anything in the Facebook group. I don't think they have. Let's have a look. Nope. So, any more questions? Mark says, I would never be able to work for the man again. No, tell me about it, Mark. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Couldn't work for the man again. So, any more questions? Any more stuff you want to chat about, peeps? Anything you want to chat about? Or is that it? Are we done? Are we done? Nathan wants to talk about Brexit. There's always a naughty boy out there, isn't there? I would love to talk about Brexit, but I don't want to upset no one. I don't want to upset anyone. So all I will say is what I've said publicly, in that we'll be fine if we stay in. We'll be fine if we leave. Everything's going to be fine. Nothing's going to change day to day. Like we're adaptable. Yeah, obviously there is going to be some changes, but like nothing that's going to dislodge what you're doing. It's just business as usual, whatever happens. So entrepreneurs don't think like brick walls. We don't think like, oh no, if we come out of Europe or if we stay in Europe, that's it, I'm done. Like, we don't think like that. Like, true entrepreneurs don't think like that. They just think, a true entrepreneur never blames the environment. They never say taxes are too high, this, that, and other. True entrepreneurs just deal with it. You know, they find ways to deal with it. And that's the case for Brexit. If we leave, we'll deal with it. And if we stay, we'll deal with it. So ultimately, that is my official public-facing opinion on it all. Having said that, I do have very strong opinions on it. And people have been trying to tempt me to go, but I just figure it would just offend half of people. Barry says, in your route to success, would you say that networking with other people and communication was a key role? No, Barry. Networking with other people and communication had nothing to do with my initial success. So the first few millions in sales, nothing to do with anybody else. It was all me. I mean, no, definitely not networking and communication of people. No, it was all me. Having said that, now I'm a lot more multi-person. So I've got 2 active software projects being worked on right now as we speak. Another 1 or 2 potentials just lining up. And again, all partners. All of that's partnered up. I'm actively trying to do some more networking. That's why I booked onto this event, because like I want to meet some people in that space. And me and Karen keep wanting to do like some events to help promote BuyBot Pro. So we are looking for that stuff. So I'm a lot more networking, a lot more people now, but I didn't used to be. Paul says, I need to get out of my full-time job. I'm doing online arbitrage, but it's not a full-time income yet. Can you see a light at the end of the tunnel, Paul? Is it likely by the end of the year it might be? Are you looking to build your capital up, or is online arbitrage just going to be pocket money for you and you need something else on the side? That's my question back to you. Sonic84 says, when are you getting a Tesla? I've got to say, Sonic84, that car right there is a lease vehicle. It's about, I think it's just over a year old. It's like 16 months old or something like that. And the beauty of a lease vehicle is I get to give it back. So I'm going to give that back in 2 months. They're getting it back. I don't have to sell it. I don't have to worry about it. They're getting it back. But it means I've got to get a new car. So I've got to worry about getting a new car. So I've been looking at lease vehicles and stuff. And the one I wanted went out of stock an hour before I got it, or before I rang them. So I'm like, no. And then some came into stock, but they were like something like £150 more a month. And I thought, well, I don't want it that bad. You know, I'm trying to waste less money on cars, not more. So, so my Tesla that I put an order, I got Model 3 on order since 2016. So that's saying 2019 for delivery. But I can see that slip into 2020, in which case I'll cancel my deposit. So I've only got £1,000 deposit on it at the minute. But yeah, if my Model 3 would come now, I'd be well happy. But I don't really want a Model 3, I got to be honest. As much as they look all right and stuff, I was quite kind of excited by the fact that they were going to be $35,000. Well, in my mind, yeah, when you've translated it, it's probably end up £35,000, but I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be quite a bit more in the UK. I think it might end up being like 50 grand. It's like, well, you might as well have a Model S then, because the Model S's are a lot nicer. So then I've thought, well, I could cancel my reservation on the Model 3 and just get a Model S instead. But they're updating the insides of the Model S. So it's getting a facelift later this year. But I need a car in May. So I need a car in May, but the Model S is getting a facelift later this year. So I don't want to buy a Model S now and then it changed 2 months or 3 months from now and got a whole new interior and then I'm on the old one, because I won't be getting that lease. If I get a Tesla Model S, I'll be buying it. I'll just be buying it. So, so yeah, I don't know when the Tesla's coming, to be honest. Paul says, I'm still building capital because I spend as much as I earn back from sales and haven't taken a wage in 12 months. Right. Okay. But your inventory, the value of your inventory is increasing. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So, okay, well, cool. Keep doing what you've done and hopefully you'll keep getting the success you've got. Keith says it's spring. You need a Harley Davidson. Yeah. I owned a moped once. I think it might have been stolen. I never stole it. I bought it from some dodgy guy, but I think I paid 20 quid for it. So I think maybe it was stolen. But I was like 15, maybe 14, 15, and we were riding it on the roads, me and my mate, and it had no exhaust on it. And it was like going, bah! And we ride it up this road, no helmets, illegally, wasn't registered or anything like that. Like I said, I bought it 20 quid off some dodgy guy with no exhaust on it. And coppers came right and saw us. They were never going right. They must have heard us coming, but the only way for them to go was left. And they came right. They came to us and like pulled us over and give us a talking to. But then my mum and dad were coming around the corner at the exact same time. And again, they would have never gone right. They should have gone left. But she knew, my mum knew when she saw the police car, she knew it was for me. So she took a right, even though she couldn't see me, she took a right, seeing the copper. And so she drove down and my mum kind of smoothed it over. She was like, oh yeah, he's my son and blah, blah, blah. And maybe the copper saw that I wasn't a bad lad. I was from an all right family and stuff. Because he said, oh, I'll get back to you on it, and took whatever details he needed to take. And then we never heard from him again. So my mum was like, you need to get rid of that. So we got rid of it. I never heard anything from it. There's a little random story for you. But yeah, so why I said that is the only motorbike I've ever owned is that exhaustless moped when I was 14, 15 years old. I bought off somebody dodgy. I've not got a bike license, and my dad's always said, like, don't get a motorbike, you'll kill yourself on a motorbike. So I've always listened to him and just never got one. So yeah, I've not got a motorbike license. And to be fair, in the UK, you couldn't ride a motorbike anyway. You get done speeding. You just get done speeding. It'd be so like just bum, bum, and then you're going really fast. It's like, it'd be too tempting. I think it's just if you could have a separate bike license and a car license, and then just do what you wanted with your bike license till you lost it, it'd be all right. But it affects your car license, doesn't it? Barry says, how do you keep hustling whilst living in comfort? I had to drive to work a lot when I used to be uncomfortable, but now I'm uncomfortable and don't have that drive. Now I'm comfortable, I don't have the drive. Yeah, I mean, make yourself uncomfortable then, Boris. Make yourself uncomfortable. If that was the thing that drove you, if you was doing better when you was uncomfortable, just make yourself uncomfortable again. You know, get out your comfort zone. Comfort is a productivity killer. Comfort's an awful thing. You don't want to be too comfortable. But I think my biggest problem is, like, I don't have an end in sight. Like, I've not got like an end goal, and I need to do all that again. I need to like go, right, this is why I'm doing this. It's just kind of one day just rolls into the next, and I just keep going, which is cool because I'll never stop. But at the same time, it's like, well, what am I doing it for? I need an end goal. I need to decide, no, this is what I want to achieve. This is what I want to get. This is what I want to do. And I don't have that right now. I did a couple of years ago, and I don't have it right now. Last year threw me off a little bit. But I'm going to get back on it. I'm moving in the right direction for sure, but I need to know more why I'm doing all this to kind of keep me going. Yeah, Sonic says comfort zone is your danger zone. Absolutely. So Andre says how to filter information and where to look for it. Okay. Depends what kind of information you're looking for, Andre. If you are looking for business related information, niche business related information, then I wouldn't look for the information. I would look for the person. So who knows that stuff? Who's been doing that stuff? Look for the person, and then find out what they've got. Have they got some free content? They have some free content on YouTube. Do they have a Facebook group? Join the Facebook group, watch the content on YouTube. And then if it makes sense at some point and they offer some like higher level coaching or course or something like that, then buy the course or invest in the coaching. But yeah, you gotta be careful, because there's a lot of clowns out there that are just, there's more clowns than there is people that know what they're talking about. I gotta be honest. I can usually tell quite quickly the real deal people, but I try not to judge. You know, if they don't have to have made $100 million for me to see value in it. Oftentimes, the best channels, best YouTube channels, at least for like business related information, the really small ones without a big following. You know, you can just smell the genuine nature of it. They're not doing it for an audience. They're doing it for, they've not got thousands of views. They're just doing it for like, I don't know what they're doing it for, but like maybe to set up a personal brand or something. But like, I don't know. I've just got a really good BS detector, I think. Because I think I'm a naturally cynical person, and I always have been. So if you're full of poop, I might not let you know, but I'll know. Even if I really don't let you know. There's people that I know are full of poo. I never tell them. I'm not here to burst their bubble or whatever. Just keep doing my thing. Doug says, how's the repricer work coming along, Matt? I'm in need, but holding it off from the other inferior options currently available. I tell you what, Doug, we had a breakthrough today, and it made me go, ooh, this is going to be good. And I had that breakthrough, aha, kind of, ooh, finally getting there. So we are getting closer. We are hoping to launch the beta, open the beta, and it'll be for the Online Arbitrage Summit, UK Summit 2019, which is on the 6th of April. It'll be those guys and girls that get an invite to the beta. So that's what we've decided. The beta will be exclusive. At first, it will be exclusively to the people at the Online Arbitrage UK Summit event on the 6th of April in Lincoln. So they're going to get access to the beta first. And they're going to get to help us develop the software and suggestions and all that stuff. And they'll get the best price ever locked in for grandfathered in forever. So if you help us develop the software and be a beta tester when things might not be working as well as they could or should, but usually we do develop things quite fast. When we're at that beta stage, things usually move fast. If you look at Bybot Pro, it flew. After we went to beta, it just got better and better and better constantly. But yeah, we'll lock in those. We'll give the beta testers such a good price that they'll just keep forever to say thank you for being beta testers. And it'll be peanuts compared to what the software is worth. But the only people that get invited to the beta, the initial beta at least, so the first beta, which might be a month, might be 2 months, I don't know, might be longer, might be less. But the only people will be the attendees of the UK Online Arbitrage Summit. Oh, Doug says, awesome, that's me. Got 2 times tickets for myself and the missus for Lincoln. Nice one, Doug. Awesome. Oh, that's good to hear. So, yeah, you'll be invited to the beta of it. So, I think the Online Arbitrage Summit is about 3 weeks away. So, fingers crossed, all being well, we'll reveal Profit Protector Pro at the event. So you guys will see it first and be offered an opportunity to get in on the beta. Nathan says, is that a Submariner? You're referring to the watch? No. Yeah, let me take it off. A bit easier than twisting my arm up. It's deep sea. You see that? I don't know if it's back to front or not. So Sea Dweller, Deep Sea, it says at the top. It's the thick one. The Submariner's thin. This one's got the helium gas escape valve there, look. It's really thick. I don't know if you can tell how thick that is, but it's chunky and it weighs a lot. When I put this on my little girl who's 8, she's like, wow, Daddy, how do you carry that around with you? It's just heavy. It took some getting used to, I've got to be honest. But I do love my watch. I do love my Rolex. At first, I was like, what have I done? I've done 8 grand on a watch. What have I done? I could have bought a cheap car for that, a brand new cheap car, like I don't know, a mini, like a little car. And I just paid that for a watch. And then ever since, I've just been so glad I bought it. Love it. Nathan says, what do you think of buying new Rolex to sell on the grey market? What's the grey market? What is that? Why would you buy a new Rolex to sell on the grey market? Tell me, explain to me what you mean, because I don't even know what you mean by that. So, sounds interesting. Doug says, how about the iOS BBP app coming anytime soon? So that one is the Bybot Pro app. So on the repricer side of things, we're struggling with more because we, in fact, no, we've got somebody lined up for it. We're waiting for, I don't know, one person. We got developers lined up for it because our current developers, two sets of them are flat out, and we got another one lined up for it, and then I don't know why, but they couldn't do it, wouldn't do it, whatever, it didn't happen. So then I think we got somebody lined up, but maybe we're waiting for something. I'm not sure. We're waiting for something. So right now, Bybot Pro is getting worked on, the desktop version, big time. But I don't think we are currently working on the retail arbitrage app version. But we do want to. We just can't find an app developer, or we're waiting on an app developer for some reason. I don't know. Karen's dealing with all that, so there is something. Right, so I'm happy to answer any more questions if you guys have got them. I do enjoy these things, but we're coming up for an hour, so I don't want to bore you guys to death. So if you've got anything else you want to say it now or forever hold your tongue, and we'll have to do it next time. But yeah, if you've not already signed up for the affiliate marketing free case study and training on the 19th of March, which is a Tuesday at 7 p.m. UK time. There's a link somewhere. You'll find a link somewhere on YouTube and in the Secret Wealth Project Facebook group. If you've not already signed up for tickets to come to the live online arbitrage event, the Online Arbitrage UK Summit in Lincoln on the 6th of April, then you should sign up and do that. And then obviously you'll get invited to the beta of Profit Protector Pro. And what else have I got to say? Is there anything else? And yeah, I'll be launching my Secret Super Affiliate System course, SSAS, codename SSAS course, next week. So I got affiliate marketing course for sale soon. And yeah, stuff is bubbling. Any other stuff to say, or is that it? Right, that's it then. So no more questions. We've hit an hour. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. You guys steer this conversation. Nathan's just responded, so I'll just get back to him. It's hard to get hold of a new Rolex that isn't a date just. For example, a new steel Submariner is like 7K from Rolex, but there is a waiting list to get one. So if you want a new Submariner, oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Nathan. That's interesting. I wondered why there was no deep seas in Goldsmiths in Meadowhall in Sheffield. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's something to do with that. Still, Submariners are 7K. Wow. Have to wait a year. This is pushing up the prices of second-hand Rolexes, especially subs and Daytonas. Wow, I didn't know that. They do say that you'll never lose money on a Rolex. Like, I think they mean if you buy a steel Rolex, and I wonder why it is the steel ones and not gold or anything, but you buy a steel Rolex, you'll never lose money on them. Especially if you buy one second hand, it'll always kind of hold its value / climb over time. That's what they say. I don't know how true that is, but interesting stuff. Right, I'm going, peeps. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for giving me your questions. I appreciate them, and I appreciate you guys for your attention. It means a lot to me. And yeah, got lots of exciting things coming. Can't really discuss beyond next month. But got lots of exciting things coming this year. So interesting stuff. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to go. Thanks, Nathan, Doug, Sonic, Andre, Keith, Karen, Emma, Mark, and everybody else that I may have missed. Yeah, thanks for joining me. I'll speak soon. Bye-bye.